Well, hello everybody. Another Christmas has been and gone. Today is post-Boxing Day and it's damp and dreary and a little bit foggy. Now, I have some leftover lamb's lettuce from my Riverford organic veg box. It's past its best. It's starting to turn, you know, when it starts to go a little bit mushy on some of the leaves, but there's no harm in using it. We're not wasting anything, so today let's make lettuce soup. So here we go. I'm going to tip the lettuce into a colander because it needs washing thoroughly. I'm also going to add a little bit of iceberg lettuce. The iceberg lettuce I bought on a yellow ticket. It's still in fairly good nick. I think if I add a little bit of those lighter green leaves, it will take down the bitter note a little of these darker leaves. Now we're going to rinse the lettuce through cold running water. I have this rather floppy celery that's left over from Christmas. I'm going to use most of this in the soup. I'll probably hold back a little bit, probably this end bit here for my salad lunch. The rest I will chop up now and I will add that to the colander as well and rinse it through. I also have a leek here. This was from my organic veg box. It's going a little brown there, look. Cut that off. That can be used in a stock pot. And I will chop this up. I'll wash this separately. It's being used in place of onion. Leeks are part of the onion family, as are chives, the herb. You don't have to chop anything finely because the soup's going to be blended. Here I'm melting a knob of butter and a little olive oil. And once that's melted, I will add the leeks. You just want the leeks to soften, you don't want them to colour, so put them on a really low heat, just to sweat off. They'll probably take 2 or 3 minutes to sweat off. While that happens, I'm going to chop up a clove of garlic. This is a nice fat garlic clove. Again, it doesn't have to be chopped finely, just in thin slices will do. I've also added the celery. And now I'm going to quickly peel and chop a medium-sized potato. I've briefly taken the pan off the heat so that the leek doesn't brown and burn. I'm just going to add a splash of water just to moisten everything up. You see the leek is just starting to colour. I've just quickly added the potato. The potato pieces have all been washed and I'll just stir it through that little bit of liquid. I've added all the lettuce and a drop more liquid, and now I'm going to add about 1 litre of hot stock. I've held back a little of the stock just in case when the soup is cooked and ready for whizzing. I need to adjust it a little by adding more liquid. I don't like a very thick soup unless it's a broth, nor does Dan. All the vegetables are tender, and I'm going to remove the bay leaf because we don't really want to whiz that up in the soup. Once the soup has cooled a little, it's time to whiz it up and adjust the consistency and the seasoning. The soup has cooled a bit now, so let's give it a whiz. There we go. Let's give it a taste. The seasoning's actually perfect. I'm going to add the last drop of stock simply because the soup has a bit of potato in and the starches usually thicken overnight. This soup's mainly going to be eaten for lunch tomorrow, so it will thicken up overnight. So let's put the last bit of stock in and then we can reheat it. I'm going to have a little cup of it for my lunch, so I will reheat it. It's not too dark a green. If it was very intense green, you could maybe add some milk or cream. Dan does like a swirl of cream in his soup, but he can do that tomorrow if he wants it. I'm not going to bother. I don't really have much dairy. Isn't that a beautiful shade of green? I'm really looking forward to a small cup of this. It tastes really good, and that little bit of iceberg kind of counteracts any bitterness from those darker leaves. It's really delicious. Look at this. I'm going to put some of this now in a cup and give it a good proper try. It smells pretty good. Right, let's try this. It's not dissimilar from watercress soup really, or nettle soup. I was very much liken it to nettle soup. It's really well seasoned. It has a nice flavour. It's a nice green shade. You could elevate it by adding a swirl of cream, or serve it with some croutons and a nice piece of bread, or a roll, bread cake, barm, bap, whatever you like to call it. That's really good. So there it is, my fabulous lettuce soup, perfect for a winter's day. And I'll see you again soon for the next one. Bye for now.